Good morning, everyone. This is Dylan and Dylan Russell, sorry. Having one of those days where I am completely and utterly disorganized. I voluntarily stayed up too late last night looking for ideas for a new project, and unfortunately, overslept as a result. So, we will be headed in to Minecraft momentarily. And let's see if we can see this puppy boot up. Come on, camera. All right, so Minecraft. Get Minecraft loading. So this morning I decided that I was kind of tired of looking off the corner. Didn't realize that I had actually swapped things and thought, oh yeah, it's more comfortable for me, not realizing what it means for you guys in terms of looking right off the other side of the screen. And as much as I need the coffee, I need to reset, dehydrate, but it's back to 0. All right, now let's see what we can do this morning. I do apologize for being late. I feel actually quite embarrassed about the whole thing, but we are here. It is what it is, and we'll just move on from there. I may run a little long as compensation, but we'll just see how things are going. First thing, I'm going to shut this off and check to see if things look kosher down in the storage. Oh, okay, or not. Well, it's a great way to start the morning, but that's okay. It's all good. So let's see. Things appear to be. I've got stuff that doesn't belong there, but things that do belong there, which is fine. So I'll be all flesh. Not quite up to level 3 yet. This one is probably far more full. Yep. The arrow over there. Oh, whoops. The arrow I needed because that's the arrow that belongs over here. I caught that. Okay. Bones look good. Excellent. So things seem to actually be functioning, which should not come as a surprise, but frankly, it is. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Creef. I know you're multiple hours ahead of me, so morning it is not, but it is my morning, so all I can do is wish it to you. All right. So, yeah, I did a bit of a crash and burn last night. I just went to bed stupid late and later than I originally anticipated. It's one of those things where you get into a bit of a hole because you've decided that you're going to do one activity. It's only going to take you 5 minutes, and then oh, while I'm here, I really need to X and Y and Z and AA and so on and so forth. So, today's plan is to hopefully find a new spot and attempt to start a new build project. I'm going to attempt to wing it on screen, at least to start with, for a brand new build. Kind of mulling this over and sort of discussing it, talking about a church in the theme of in theme of Father Brown. I'm not Catholic. I know it's a couple of religious characters that I've picked. It's just that I like their mysteries. It's got nothing to do with their religious beliefs or anything like that. I just need to make that clear. But yeah, where am I here? Raw chicken away. Yeah, I'm a bit of a night owl, so it's really easy for me mentally to stay up late and hard for me to get up in the morning. But eventually that doesn't pay off. And I think I found the eventually. Every once in a while I crash and I hit a bit of a wall, which is not always noticeable if I'm doing it during an appropriate time of the year. Yeah, appropriate time of the year. But if I'm doing it during the summer, it's noticeable because I tend to stay up way too late. Normally too late is like, 1:30. That's not a big deal. This one I fell in a bit of a hole. So yeah, that's all she wrote. So it may be a little squirrely as I'm tired, but we will start off by getting rid of some stuff and picking up a few other pieces. Now, my block palette this morning is going to be very unexciting intentionally. The reason for that is that I'm hoping to just start with one type of stone and then figure out about using other kinds later on, as weird as that sounds. Pardon me. Just because I've never built a parish church before, so I'm not really good with modeling walls. And just starting with a plain old boring stone is probably a good place to start because the shape is probably more key to me than the look of what it's made out of. I know it sounds really weird, but that's where I'm going to start. Yeah, some of the part of the Midnight Oil thing started because there are really good people on to watch late in the evening. That's kind of how that started. But also, oh, fish. I keep thinking I should make a fish farm, but I'm not going to squirrel on that one today because that would be A, obvious, B, aside from cats, probably pretty useless, and much fun as it would be for me to be manually fishing, as in no sarcasm intended, I enjoy it quite a lot, doesn't make for good stream fodder. Put away the extras. Okay. One random block. If I didn't have storage for this stuff, I would be probably just putting it down somewhere. Okay. So I don't actually have a location picked for this building, so I'm looking for somewhere going to be fairly large and fairly flat.
Hello.
But I also hello, morning, fantastic Sherlock Fox. Hopefully your meetings are going well. I'm looking for a spot that's fairly large and fairly flat, sort of like I did for the train. You can see that I haven't done a whole lot on the CAD file picture, so I do need to get on top of that one. I could spend the time carving down yet again and use the space over here, but first off, putting a potentially huge build near my quarter raid farm is not a wise plan. Looking to see if there's anywhere else dead obvious. No, not without a whole lot of deforestation and chopping down. So I'm going to start on this east side of the train and stuff, and then decide later on how much I need to fill in as we go. Probably will take down the hill you see just to the southeast of the red blobs and start with that, and then see where it goes from there. I know this bit in here is a bit of a ravine, like not a ravine, but start to a cave system. So I'm going to have to fill that in, but we'll just deal with that as we need to. Right. That's okay that your meetings are distracting. I am incredibly late starting, so for your edification, for your information, Chuck, I will probably be letting her run till I feel like I'm done. So yeah, it might be a smidge longer, might be a smidge shorter. I don't know what the length is going to be today. Yeah, that's what she wrote. Actually, did I squirrel? No, don't feel like scrolling right now. Informationally, you can sort of see some weird blobbage over here. I was noting when I was working on the farm storage that right in here appears to be one of those broken portals, like an underwater broken portal. So it'll be something just take a quick boo at later on. What else we got? I guess I don't really need to look at the map as much anymore. I could actually fly it, but I just really feel like it right now. Definitely one thing to not do when you're tired is go flying around exploring stuff. Though I may have to fly up here and see if it's flatter, but yeah, I think I'll stick with the consolidated base mess for now. I can always flatten out this zone if I need to. And the question for me becomes orientation. And I'm going to take a hint in that one from the reference material. I haven't got an easy picture for you guys to see yet. So I'll have to pick one of those. But we're looking at a built in the 1200s church. So that's what I'm using as a model. Taking a look at the BBC television series version of Father Brown, simply because it makes it an awful lot easier for me to attempt to copy. Because that actually is a real place. They didn't build a set. They actually took a real place. It's actually the parish church of St. Peter and St. Paul in Blockley in the Cotswolds. Pardon me, rehydrate. Cotswolds in England. So yeah, that's where we are. I'm just trying to grab the picture I saw earlier. It's a was it level 2 designated historic building. So there is quite a lot of photography that's been done of it, partly through fans and partly through preservation groups and so on. And so it's one of those places that's a little bit over photographed, but that should, in theory, make it easier for me. Directions. Do. Pictures. There we go. All right. Oh, there's a good one. Anyway, tough part about doing these types of buildings is, first off, they are tall. It doesn't help. But tall is not my forte, and they're of course old enough to be multiple different stones in the stone palette, but we're not working well with that. So I got here. Do I have a bed with me? Bed, excellent. There's not going to be the rest of my tools could be useful. Hello, kitty. I didn't, until I was coming down the stairs, have any clue where I was going to start on the building. So that's part of the reason I'm just rolling around and looking at what's what, which end is up to start with. And I think I absentmindedly put the rest of my food away. Smart. Okay. Going to need a milk bucket just because guys that come by are jerks. I may need that. I'll leave that in the box until I need it. All right. Since we're here, it works all well and good to try and use the OBS screens for chat until I realize I've just put my reference material on top. So that's what that delay was about. What? I was smart about it. I'd go get some golden carrots. Don't count on me being smart about anything. There we go. All right. Pardon me. For those of you who've noticed on the channel, I did finally get round to reclipping the Lego build, and it looks like there is possibly a way of recategorizing it as something sane. The person who clips them has to go into it and change the category, but I don't know if that's only doable when the video is made. Oh, video, sorry, yeah, when the video is clipped, or if that's doable afterwards. Figure out how big the place is, because if I don't have a clue, I will show you what I'm looking at. References, add, browser. Okay. Search the. So you guys can see what I'm seeing. I'm not going to make it huge or take over all of the screen all of the time. I don't have chat over my head anymore. That. So it's a little big to start with, so I'm just going to pull it a bit smaller so it doesn't totally take over your screen. That's what I'm looking at to work with. So, okay, so basically, on the right-hand side, you'll see the building that I'm looking at building, but as you can see, it's quite tall. I was just trying to figure out how that works in relation to the space I've got and which side of it I want to start building on. So that's where we're looking at research. Whoa, pretty lady eyes. And I was hoping to find a front face of the tower just so that I can just start from the ground and keep on going. Not as easy as I had originally hoped. Everybody wants the side. Can't blame them. And every angle except side. Okay. That'll work. Let's go with this one. Based on the photo I'm looking at on the right, I used this tower immediately to the left as a reference picture to start with. Then I can probably fake it out from there. At least if I can start there, I can start building as much as I know how, and then we'll just work it out from there. If season ends, season ends. But I think it's a good place to start because I've never built anything like this before, so there'll be an awful lot of derping. And I'm not sure how much I'm going to worry about scale because, of course, I also have to Minecraft it. And Minecraft is awkward. As you can see near the top, they'll be looking at the sort of window thing with the slats in it. That's going to be at least 3 blocks wide. Probably 3, because I'm not going to worry about the little archy pieces. Otherwise, that would make it 5 wide, and this place is monstrous. And that also works out if it's only 3 wide, because then I'm only artificially fudging the double door at the bottom by 1. So that could work. But for scale, you know, that's a good place to start, which means that I would guesstimate, maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger because I can guesstimate these lower pillars to be a little bit wider, possibly 2 blocks wide. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm not quite sure I'm going to get the detail all the way up. I may have to just drop some of it at the top. But yeah, that's where I'm going to start. All right. So let's make this only picture on there. And in the tiny writing in the top left, which you may or may not be able to read, it actually says this church was used for the Father Brown series. So that's kind of cool. All right. So I don't know whether or not you guys, I'm just double checking. Did I put it in the, yeah, okay. A quick explanation while I chitter chatter here and actually try to work. First off, I need to start by dumping things, putting stuff down. No, you can't start a build without putting things down. Photos look great. Well, we'll see what I can do. You won't know until you start, right? Isn't that how it works? And the Podzol is completely wrong, but I'm not worried about landscaping at the moment. Given Minecraft constraints, yeah, the angles in the middle are going to be a challenge. I may have to fake that out with stairs, but we'll just see. And arches are not my strength, so that's another reason I picked it on purpose, is to force teach myself something new. So, but quick explanation while I do this is you may have noted in the go live notice that there is new today Harry Potter trivia. On the weekend, I picked up, Monday, I guess. I picked up a copy of, today. Picked up a copy of the Harry Potter Trivial Pursuit game. And so to start with, tools. So what I've done with that one is I built a redeem where it's an odd number on purpose. It's like a 99. And the reason for that is that I can have you guys redeem the actual request. And then it's just 1 extra point of a redeem that becomes available for you to choose which category card. And I've got the cards from the game, and then I would just read out the category question, and people get to answer it. Not totally sure yet if I'm able to add points, so that won't be at this time. But I'm looking forward to being able to offer that feature as an add-on, or a prediction, yes, no, as to whether or not the person's going to get it right. So yeah, that's a forthcoming feature, but it's just for now it's just a words thing. But just something to do, and there's no pressure for anybody to actually make use of it. It's just I like it, so I thought I'd share it. That's really all there is to it. Lego still exists, as does Hill Champion and Hangman. So things available to do. And did I bring any wood? No, I did not, but that's okay.
Of course you know all about Hogwarts.
Ha 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 ha. Great way to start. All right. So just to show off, brief, you'll have to pick another point to tell me which category you would like your question from. Green. Okay. Nope, not green. You didn't say. It is blue. Blue. Okay. So today's blue is Hogwarts, other locations, and transportation. So here's the card. See? And the blue question says, what town do the Dursleys live in? That's the question, is what town do the Dursleys live in? I'm going to be a little flexible on almost all questions, just because people don't have to word it exactly the way the card says. If there's a reason I think it needs to be precisely the way the card's worded, then I'll let you know. But yeah. The question was then, what town do the Dursleys live in? Town. I won't always be typing it into chat. We'll just see how things go. Me? So I will just leave that one there and start building. Two. And that's one. There's at least three, so by four. Churches are always grand, right? Should be a wall, but I'm not going to worry about it. Estimate. Oh, bed. Without the kitty cats around, creepers are a problem. It's actually not Berkshire. I should make that clear. If anybody wants to answer, they can. It's a sort of a question for all, but preferably the person who asked it gets the chance to answer first. Yes, Fantastic Shock Fox, you are correct. Misspelled, but correct. It's Little Whinging or Winging, Surrey. So it's Whinging. Whinging in Surrey. Yeah. And I think that's kind of funny, and I've always liked that town name, simply because of the fact that when North Americans talk about whining, as in whining and complaining, or crying all around, then in other parts of the British Empire and a lot of the speaking world, they refer to it as whinging instead of whining. Go North Americans, or should I say boo, I guess. So that's the way that one works. We will try and see if we can actually get points awarded for that, but I have to figure out how to get it to auto trigger a prediction. So yeah. So this is going to be interesting. From the door. A double wide, right? 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to have a hangover of 1, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to run up and see if I have any pre-built walls and stuff rather than building in advance. Yeah, I loved that. I mean, the house number, or sorry, the street number is quite funny as well because, like number 4, there's 4 people in the house, and they live on Privet Drive because they really wish to have a private life, or the Brits would say they'd be worried about their privacy. So yeah, that's let's see, 20 more. Oh, it's cobblestone random stuff, stone random stuff. Bricks, sure. We can always make a gazillion bricks. Stairs I'm going to need for sure. But I don't have any actual walls. Let's bricks. Bricks aren't going to help me think right now, so we'll get there. Oh yeah, no, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. I have no problem if people's knowledge is weak sauce, or if they're not interested, that's fine too. You know, I mean, maybe something like Hangman may be your game, and it's not a Harry Potter themed thing. So I think that might work better for some people. Can't get stone walls without being stone brick walls. Sure. Fine. Yep, we have ourselves a stack of, oops, right? Stack of stone brick walls. There we go. Now, I figure if I'm going to be working out stone on stream, it's probably a safer bet than trying to work out 4, 5, 6. Probably a much safer bet than trying to work out redstone on stream, because that, I don't know why the melon farm defeated me, but it really annoyed me that it defeated me. So that's not something I'm proud of. But there will be a good amount of tweaking to this one as we go, because I have zero idea about the scale I'm working on, whether it's going to work or whether it's going to be too small. Because you don't know what the angles are and the distances are. I'm still hunting around to see if I can find anybody who's actually built a, not built, sorry, made an architectural plan for this place. Even though it's a grade 2 listed historical building in Britain, you can't actually find easily the full plans at the moment. That's probably for security purposes of some sort or other. Well, the whole game has up to 1,800 questions, so there'll be plenty of flexibility. And there are some questions that do not actually have anything to do with the topic that they're in. It sounds kind of dumb, but it's true. I'll throw a freebie out there just because. So, for example, okay, the other thing about this is there's going to be a ton of spoilers. So we're not limited to one book or another. I mean, I could limit it to one book. I have a different trivia set that we could use instead, but I'm going to stick with this one because it has books from the entire, or questions from the entire series. But one of the questions, like a random one, here's one from a pink category, which says, witches, wizards, ghosts, and muggles. The question on this one would be, who finds Harry and Dudley in the underpass after the Dementor attack? Okay, and that's a later book thing. So of course, if you'd only read or seen the first couple of books and movies, then that would not be something you would know. But the who finds Harry and Dudley in the underpass after the Dementor attack is probably, I don't remember, is it book 5 or book 6? And that's the thing that I always forget, is sometimes there's events that I forgot which part of the story they were in. I'm thinking it's probably book 6, but I can't guarantee that. But anyways, the person who finds Harry in the underpass after the Dementor attack happens to be Mrs. Fig, is all it says on the card. but in terms of random stuff, it gives me something to chitter chatter on about afterwards. So, for example, information about Mrs. Fig is she's a neighbor that Harry Potter kind of didn't really like. I mean, it sort of put up with her, and when the Dursleys went places where they wouldn't take Harry, then he had to go get babysat by Mrs. Fig, and and so of course he has this issue with Dementors, and he decides that he's just gonna, like, he sees Mrs. Fig sees him, and she immediately tells him not to put his wand away, and that's a stupid thing to do. And he asks why, or like not really kind of a why, but he's quite surprised. And it turns out that Mrs. Fig, spoiler alert, turns out Mrs. Fig is actually a squib, which basically means she's from the wizarding world. She's well aware of everything going on in the wizarding world. She can see, like, she's wizarding enough that she's aware of beasts and whatever that muggles can't see. But the thing about being a squib is that she cannot do magic. Not that she's not allowed, she just doesn't have the ability. Which, poor lady. I feel sorry for her a little bit. Stuck in that world where so many things are amazing, you've got to do them the elbow grease way. So, I mean, I'm not surprised that that sort of thing would make you consider it a little bit odd. And I wanted to try. Okay, quick Lego build, and I will be right back. So we have 5 minutes of Lego. Where we are here, I've got a little cupboard that's going to go on the inside of the book cover for our Harry Potter build. And to go with that, turn the page and see where it's going. So the switch over to Lego was the server reboot point. And we can always make it shorter if we need to. But here to do that is a bit of a mental reset for me to where we are at before we move on. There are some things that once I've got a routine going with regards to particular time slots or time markers, it does help me focus a little bit afterwards. So even though I started late, it makes sense for me to do at least a couple of minutes Lego in between, just to attempt to get my back under me. If they lost, I got quite a nice decorative cupboard going on. One of those few examples where being a kid helps because it's smaller figures. And now we put a stabilizer. Love it. That works. A couple more little squares. Top of it. There it is. My brain was thinking that these gotten or could not find. Supposed to put round studs onto it before I add the little gray pair. I'm definitely glad to have more Lego. So, for those of you that may not have been able to join me on the weekend, or even on Monday, in celebration of the fact that I've managed to survive another stream weekend because I'm nervous. Actually, every stream makes me nervous. But anyways, the point is, celebration of that, Fantastic Sherlock Fox picked up for me a another lovely Lego kit. The new edition is called Hogwarts First Flying Lesson. So we've got new characters coming. a little bit of a diorama scene, kind of like we did with the Fluffy encounter. So I'm quite interested in that one, and we'll have to see. That one may be coming after this book. A lot of it depends on what we've done with the community challenge by then. Yeah, more Lego time. I always like Lego time, but I also like building when I feel that I'm in command. I think part of it is just that when I'm trying something new, I feel slightly out of control. But the reason I do the out of control things on stream sometimes is because when they're successful, it's a great confidence builder. But when they're not successful, I have a little bit of a reason to keep going. You can see that we finished first the spine section of the book. So when things close up, of the spine side. After I've finished this particular build, then I will be taking out of um, the Lego shelf just to get it all updated because at the moment it's not correct. So I'll just fix that one and have it available so that when things happen. The other thing I might do is just take a shot of the most recent Lego so that I don't actually have to show it to everybody. So this is bag 2. We're not going to do what's called knolling on stream in a big way, so sorting. I tend to do a lot of that off stream simply because, like a lot of other players, people I don't think is the rattle. There we go. Unlike a lot of other people, I don't have a banter that works well for long term sorting. So then it just means that there's a lot of stuff that people get see, or, pardon me, that people stuff with. Excellent timing. So we are headed back to the game, and we'll see what we can do more with this wall. I know I left the wall up on screen, so you'll probably see that when we go back to the live screen. Also, I forgot to move my microphone, so I don't know how well everybody heard me during the Lego segment. Yeah, we'll have to see. If I get the magic spot, then I may not actually have to move the microphone at all, but if I don't put it close enough, then I tend to walk out of it. Oh, hey, I'm not dead. It's nice. I'm not dead yet. La la la. So we are needing to see. There we go. We are live again. All right. We've got to play with a couple of the new things and see how it goes. I'm just going to see what this wall looks like here. I'm not intending to use it on this level, but we'll just see what it looks like double wide. Okay, that's not bad. So that'll probably be the second level up. Because then with the 4 levels, I can probably figure it out a little bit. Yeah, this should work. Okay. So we're going to take out these ones again. I had thought about building the whole thing in Lego brick. Not Lego brick, sorry. That would be nice. In brick instead of stone. Like right off the bat. The challenge with doing that, and I probably should have, but the challenge with doing that is that to at least I've got a form to work with that I'm more comfortable with. Then I don't know things like size and stuff start bothering me because the brick blocks blend to each other on the edges quite nicely. So I have trouble with their lines. They throw me a little bit. Okay, so we've got 1, 2. Just trying to guesstimate how tall that door is. Making it double wide. It's got to be at least 4 high for each of the arch. So I'm going to go 6. Got 1, 3. 6 might look a little strange, so we'll just have to play it by ear here. Oh, can I get down, please? Actually, that's not going to be too bad. 2, 3, 4. Probably 6 and then the arch. So maybe make it 8 tall. Now, some of the scaffolding is through habit, and some of the scaffolding is through necessity. And yep. Yeah, I'm trying to say what I was saying, and now I can't remember. 8, yes. Okay. This, just for now, that's representational, I suppose. How I wish for vertical slabs, but actually it's not bad. Not ideal, but it's not bad. That's the thing, Creep, is variation is not one of my strong points either. So I tend to freak out about it and not do very well, but we'll just have to see, right? You can't win them all. Jump, go, 4, right, great. 5, 8. First upside down one. That. I'll probably end up changing it, but that's actually not that bad first. I think I might want it one wider though, just because it doesn't look quite right. Or in the middle. Yeah, because now I've got myself building on an even when I really would rather be building on an odd. Oops. Forgetting about the hydrates. Anyways, But I also wanted a flat in the center, so I've got it built one too narrow. And yet doors on odds are always hard. But it looks like we'd be better off with. It's funny how that works. So if you take a look at the picture we've got going there, so on the bottom, because of the piece in the center, I'd like to have an odd. But the doors work better as an even. Then if you look at same level above, nice to have a flat in the center. And then above that, with the diamond shape, of course, as you can start to see from here, the evens would be a lot easier for me to work with. So it's becoming 6 of one, half dozen of the other. And then the top would be nice to have an odd looking at the window slats, but an even when you come to the arches at the top. So I can't do both. Not going to be ideal one way or the other. I might just go with building on the evens altogether. Then I can get some of the arching done, and we'll try and budget up top. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do there. I might just actually do slats all the way across, as 4 rows across, even though it's only 3 windows. See what we can do. So I have to check and see if the other 3 sides of the building are wood slatted only on two vertical spaces, or if they're wood slatted on all 3. Because if it's only on 2, I think I can fake that out actually with fencing and gates and such. So yeah, go with that for now. Oops. Come on. Besides, this is going to make the other part quite small anyways. So I may end up coming back and redoing a bunch. I'm also well aware that this is not spawn proof. I don't know if it ever will be. So yeah, there is that. At least go across here. Well, one of the things I like about your Egyptian theme, Creep, is you can use some solid blocks and solid stripes and stuff to work with, sort of like when I was building Tridar's statues. It was really quite nice to be able to build with just fine. it was really quite nice to be able to build with just the solids on that project. Um, I wasn't worried about trying to model things, model, and give it texture and dimension in that sense. Oh, scaffolding hates me today. Okay, there we go. But I think Tredar knew that that was a challenge for in his design of the Egyptian statues, so he didn't go with a lot of that sort of stuff. Whereas some of the other builds, I know he's done a bit more texturing to it. Okay, so we're even. East of the block with a ledge. One more height. Yeah, look here. Yeah, it's over the top. Now, although we've got nice modern doors on that thing, it's not going to work to look that way. So I'm not sure if I'm going to go with dark oak doors or if I'm going to go with spruce doors on this one, just to make it, pardon me, to make it look a little more paneled. The spruce has the bonus that I can actually add trapdoors and have it look like an extension of the door, as I did in the last Java season. In the in the last Fire Hall season, I built a fire. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, in the Fire Hall, where I could make it look like a great big door. Whereas if you do that sort of thing with dark oak, particularly if you make it all out of trapdoors, try and get the cut-in pattern, it actually ends up looking more like a giant vertical chocolate bar. So that's not always ideal. One of the other things is parity-wise, in Minecraft, I would really like it. I never will, but I really, really would like it if the scaffolding could be given gravity the way it's got in Bedrock. Because if I do this, it just won't let me. Like, I can't place scaffolding on the side here. Like, I was able to reach it from that other side, but I can't reach it here. Whereas in Bedrock, if I just click it onto the side of something, it will actually stay there and I can stack up from above so that I can use scaffolding. Whereas here, I've got to jump onto it and then come back up. So that's a bit of a pain because with the double-sided scaffolding, it's going to be a bit of a challenge, but, you know, or not challenge, annoyance. Work with it. Okay. So did I brought the box for slabs, put the box where it belongs. Nighttime anyway. Okay. There'll be a lot of jumping off stuff. I know I can fly, but sometimes the height is just not worth it, and I can't land on narrow ledges very well yet. This is the same width as the lava farm I fell in, but that was completely unintentional. Yeah, I did clip the lava farm, as people have seen. I just wanted to get that out of the way. I will be flying off things when it gets higher up, but not just yet. The bed on the tool side. The number of tools I have might not proliferate very fast, but the shulker monster probably will. Grab some of those and that. Don't need rockets right this second. Looking at the front of the building, that looks like it's sort of a single block area, but it's definitely not. Okay, what have we got? Arches, arches, bridge. Because the door's inset, of course. Of course. So, if I'm to fake that, stuff here. this. Trying to do. Duplicate. Fall off, please. Right. Let me duplicate without falling off the building. Correct? Yes, it did. One. Nope. That was all wonky loo. That one correct. Yes. Excellent. Okay. That's the critical part. That high. No, but that's fine. Or I'm going to take out the side. Wait. Like one more in here. Right. Two. I'm going to try and see what it looks like if I put walls in instead after the recessed effect. I think I quite like that. As the sort of recessed effect goes all the way up, I don't have to worry about the arch quite so much. Yeah, this slab though. Nope. Oop, quite high enough. Where are we here? A little bit of figuring, but actually, I like the way that sets in just a little bit. Gives it the edge it needs. Oops. Oh, that top's not quite vertical enough. I'll figure that out later, but yeah. So we're starting to get somewhere in a way that I can actually be happy with. Lab in the center. Ooh, missed a wall. There. Yes, it is a lab. Try this out. About that. Falling off too badly? Okay. Two. May have a problem there. Or out. Yep. Oh, try and hang off the center. Might work. Straight across. Leave. Right. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Okay. That's not quite going to trick. Odds versus evens again, right? Okay. Well, that's the case. Let's try odds. Really mind. So first off, let's try that. We need to rebuild the other side. Okay. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Odds it is. Because I think I can probably get away with just putting an extra layer of door up the center. Evens just looks wrong. Wrong in so many ways. But I do like the wall style up the front there. I will repeat that, just not quite the way it's been done so far. But what are we here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I just actually offset that? 1, 2, 5, 1. There. These should be walls. One stair at the top. Okay. Try that. On. Can't I place beneath me today? Oh. Oh. Len, you're not going to get anywhere if you act like that.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello. Hello, Dub Dynamite. How are you today? This one should be a stair. That would be slab. And a pair of stairs, I think. Here. Here. This. Ow. Huh. Think about that. So thank you for doing a couple of songs at the end of your last stream that I got to see, Dub. They were fantastic as always. Both you and the missus definitely have a voice that I could listen to for hours. So yeah, that's meant as a compliment, by the way. So it's all good. So I'm trying to do, you can see the picture on stream I'm using as a reference. Oh, maybe not. Not actually. Okay, hang on a sec. I'm trying to figure out why that looked so odd. Because you're not seeing what I'm seeing. Quickly get it so that you can see what I'm seeing. That explains a lot. Fine. When all else fails, big screen grab. Desktop, sure, we'll call it that. 7. I'm going to quickly change the references because that's not what we wanted. Image, call it church. There, that way I know what's what. Oh. All right. What I'm going to do is off that one. This is what you guys can see. There. That probably makes an awful lot more sense. That makes an awful lot more sense. So that is kind of sort of what I'm trying to take out as we go. Oh, yes. Thank you very much for hosting the stream, Tiz. I totally appreciate that. Always a pleasure to have people who want to drop on by. I'm trying to work out something on stream from scratch. I've never done that before successfully. So it's always a challenge for me to learn what my skills are, what my comfort zone is. And I'm hoping you guys can now see a church tower on the top left side, not a bunch of random pictures. And there we go. One more block than the main arch. Yeah. Here. Top, I've got a slab actually in there, and I think I'm probably just going to switch that up. From this part to a little bit bigger now. So it's a little difficult to see, but it's right above my head that there's a doorway in the bottom section. And it just doesn't look right to me. It needs to be more of a vertical arch. So arches were never my strong point. But because we can't always get what we want, no bad song intended. But hey, you know, isn't it how it goes something along the lines of like, but if you try sometimes you get what you need?
Hello?
So if
Hello?
oh, hello, this one out, this one out, throw in that and that. See if that's any better. Here we go. No problem. You can always lurk. That's okay. I really appreciate the support, whether you're lurking or whether you're live. Okay, I'm happier with that. It's not ideal, but yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, if I overhang the ledge above it a little bit more, that'll just be probably a half slab above that of the stairs. So lower half on the next round. Oops. One of those, if I do this, get this part of it out of the way. No accounting for the inner side at the moment, because, of course, that's way far-flung future. I will need to, at some point, structurally account for the other side, but at the moment, not so much. East side, pillar, piece. Okay, good. 4 is 5. Oh, yeah, I do. Here. Oops. Figure out how high I want it. I put that extra block for a reason. Yeah, there we go. I overhang. Oop, not 2. Like a weather lip. All the way over to the edge, like that. Bit of a squat arch. I need to look into arches to figure out how to do it better because the curving ones above are going to be a little more critical. But I mean, hey, giving it a hint. Consider I've never done it before. I'm not too unimpressed with that. Let's see, 1, 2, 1.5 ought to do above that. We're getting somewhere slowly. So for the newcomers, what I'm working on, and you can see in the corner there, is that's a picture of the church that was used as the model for, well, it wasn't actually the model, it was the filming location for the the Father Brown television series. And I figured I was going to use that for my design to represent Father Brown, one of my favorite mystery characters, simply because I liked their mysteries. Nothing to do with religion, although it may look otherwise because I've got the Cadfell carpet art underway as well. Hello, Miguel. You know what? This is not the place to do that. Okay? So, warning, and the mods may decide to show you the door. All right. I just put down not what I wanted. I don't want a slab on there. I moved things around in my inventory and then completely blew it as to which blocks I was placing. All right. 2. So yeah, I'm deciding to wing it. Even only end up the front facade, it's more representative than where I was at before. So that's the theory, anyways. And it's all one type of stone because after that big build or cut down, this is what I guaranteed I had enough of to start my brain working. It obviously needs rework to be done so that it looks like it's got enough of flavor to the front in terms of color. But for now, we'll just go with plain. I'm looking for shape more than anything else. Blocks high above that, so it makes 2.5. Should look okay. And then let's see what happens if I tab with stairs, I think. This. I know that's upper, but that's at this point intentional. Huh. It's not going to work because I just did the overhang here. Let's start with the stairs anyways. I can always take it out, right? Oops. The overhang lip, I think, is going to be butt ugly. So that will probably come out. Lower edge of that. Oh, nope. Way out is the lower edge. Edge of that. This. There. Two different sides looking very different. I'm still running the same chicken scam. Chicken scam. So I'm not used to flying off things, so it's still nerve-wracking to be up there. I'm tired enough this morning, that's why I keep going for the coffee, but I know I should be letting you guys do that sort of thing. Okay. You can't see that ledge up there, so the extra bit will be necessary. Like, oh hush. But I think if I'm going to do that extra edge, then I think it has to be lower. The way this sticks out up here just looks dumb. Same thing on both sides, after all. Doesn't look like it from up top. Yeah, okay. I do need a lip across the center, though. I probably also need a lip at the bottom, like make it that little bit thicker. Because it kind of misses something without the base. Now I built the wrong spot. Oh well. That's there. And I mean, what isn't it always that you was it build twice? Or is it build 3 or 4 times? I can't remember. But yeah, I think that's gonna look better with the lip all the way across the top there. I just need some more slabs. I'll need some more stairs too. I don't really know if the stair height or the stair edge is going to be all that useful at the bottom. A little janky, but right on one side. Up to almost the door. Wrote in, oops. Can you do a corner, please? Bottom? That? Nope, guess not. Kind of hard to show, so I don't know. If I do an outer one, it wants to a corner like that. Which is, I guess, what I want. This one isn't going to go corner yet. Oh, I guess it did. Okay. Show me wrong, building. Show me wrong. The same on this side. By the way, this path never really existed until I was trying to boat villagers out to the water edge, so the fact that we're eating up the path, I really don't care. Actually, that's not horrible. Okay, let's get for the slabs up top. At least twice, probably 3. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're winging it from scratch, then it's on stream, it's at least twice. If you're pre-building it in a creative world and then on stream, it's usually at least twice. But the in the other world prep stuff is like 4 or 5 times, if not more. I'm liking that enough. I kind of wish the upper level would do the same thing we did at the bottom, but I'm not sure I really want to. Hmm. Hmm. Sure. They don't want to mess with the width of things. At the bottom, that hangover is really quite wide. I don't know. But it does actually match. But what I'm gonna do, oh, it, oh, you're right. So I've, on the right-hand side, I forgot to pull the tower back. That's what I did. Thank you for catching that, Creef. That's really, really helpful. I was trying to figure out why this looks so janky. Okay, first off, one. Go. Okay, that explains an awful lot, actually. This is wrong. Okay, what is this? Should be pillar. This on there on the top. Want that base the same? I don't know. Do not know, but this is way incorrect. Thank you for catching that, Creep. No, 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 no. Certainly not. If I make a mistake like that, it will eat me like no tomorrow if it doesn't get picked up on. So I really very much appreciate that you found that. Okay? So suggestions are always welcome. Backseat, you really should do that type of stuff is the thing I don't appreciate. Somewhat similar to Dadcraft in that sense, but no, if I make an error in this sort of thing, like as in, hey, you made this mistake, thank you very much for calling it out because it would bother me a lot. Cover it later. Not to mention it completely throws off the counts. Okay, so got wall, 1, 2, pillar. Wall, 1, 2, single wide pillar, but that's okay. So like this, that. Oh, hey, come on, you. Right in the corner. What did I do over there? Why stairs? Why that? This one's all janky. Here. The inner side. Yeah, that does look far more balanced. The bottoms actually aren't that bad. If I can get the tops to cooperate, might work. This one's wrong. This direction. This direction. Corner. There we go. So yeah, always welcome to give suggestions in that fashion, Creef. Always, always, always. Missing. I just built up ahead. That's all. Okay. Can I jump out of a hole? Having a look at it? Nope, can't. Okay. On. Really? There we go. Hole is fixed. Now, the roof. seemed like that. And get a corner to actually work on this one. You get an inner corner. Go. All right. Well, something seems to be going right. Maybe. Blocks wide, right? 1, 2. This. Rude. Let's see if this trick actually works. That one. Right on here. Can I? Oh. Excellent. Keep wanting to crouch on that. This one. Hmm. Those ones where you'd like to put like half a block on something in the corner, but it just doesn't quite let you. 3. That's a square. The other side. Liked it, and now I can't remember how I did it. I make it too wide? I don't know what I did. Sleep and then see what I did. Yep, take as much time as you need, Creef. I don't think you're going to miss a whole lot, but I appreciate that you mentioned that you were busy. I don't like that top after all, because the corner didn't quite do what I wanted it to do. I like the inner side, so it needs one more here. I don't like... No, it doesn't need over there. The top looks weird. It could be because they've got that scaffolding in there. Isn't going to work anymore anyways. Might as well pull it out. Balanced overhangs. Okay, the front top. These outer corners, problematic. Next wall there. Stairs. Nope, not that type. Me, please. Come on, you. Yep, it is not stairs. Okay. It's fine. Definitely janky up top. Building. So that's close up, please. Cute. There's lots of like tourist pics. Different people are posing in the tower, but I can't seem to find one posing in the doorway of portion of the tower. I want. That's always the challenge with these sorts of things. Trying to find a picture to reference. Plenty of them, just never exactly the her. Oh, huh. I think I think looking at the way there's a lip all the way around the outside of the building that just starts where I've kind of got the upper or like the row of slabs. I think in order to make that look a little bit better, huh? Apparently that tree wasn't always there. The one on the right hand side found a lower one with a couple, and there was no tree. You can see the fence that's right in behind it, like part of the churchyard. Well, it's pretty clear the churchyard, but a bit of some graveyard stuff right on the corner. There's a fence there. That's there in earlier pictures, so I may end up needing to reference one. Let's try. Ooh, yeah. 12. Oh, on print screen. Crop in a little bit and do it without the text on the top. You're only going to get half the text just because I get rid of that big black line on the side for the purposes of my stream. Yes. Save. Yep, thanks, computer, for letting me know. Property. Screenshot. Oh, fine. Pick a file. They're actually numbered. So like just being able to switch the file 7 to 8, I should be able to click onto it, but no, won't let me. Okay, so as you can see on the side there's that ridge that goes all the way up, but it actually sort of a double-sided ridge. So I'm actually thinking instead of horrible lip, maybe I should try inverted stairs. So from the top side, you see the lip. From the bottom side, you actually just see stairs that go down. I'm going to try it on this side only, see what it looks like. No, it's not the same up above. Where's the center? Okay. 1, 2. Or 9. Okay, perfect. About halfway. That looks like. Well, aside from the fact that the corner didn't wrap, I have to fix that. That corner must wrap, but otherwise, I think I like the overhang with the stairs better. at least across the center section. Fix that wrap. Okay, scaffolding, do your thing. No, not that way. I'm looking this way, you're supposed to go that way. Again. I don't normally like scaffolding any more than the next guy, but it does the trick when you need it to. Underneath, done up top. The slab, right? Yeah, that's a slab. Wrap. Corner here. There. Really want an outer corner. I have to do this one. No, actually, that'll be fine. Small spot like that. That should be fine. And ew. Welcome back, Creef. Checking in. Always appreciated by the family. Alrighty. Off. Outer one. Oops, that didn't work. Inner one first. Inner corner. Inner corner. Corner. Nope. What did I do wrong? Always messing up the corners in these. Hello, Lord Snarl. Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're feeling better
Hello.
today. Some days are great and some days are rough for all of us. So I'm glad to see you here. I'm mucking about with trying to figure out how to build that picture or something like it on stream. Never done something of that nature before, so I'm kind of modeling along as I can. Sometimes it's working, sometimes it's just looking absolutely janky, and I can't seem to figure out at the moment what it is that forces the bends on a corner, because sometimes I can get it, but I don't know. Let's start by sleeping. I'm still really rough at this whole flying business, so though sometimes it may look like I know what I'm doing, there's more hard smacks to the ground than there are successful flights sometimes, but it's all good. With help from some of the viewers so far, we've had, it's actually not bad considering I've never done something like this before. Could be worse, you know? If I can get this inner corner to become an outer corner, that would look better, but just, yeah, it wants to fuss with me. Don't quite understand why. Right from a little further away. Well, maybe not. These, can you just work? Yeah, I was trying to make inverted step corners. Like the top works nicely, but the bottom, one block outwards from there, is just not cooperating. It's having its bad day. That there, finally. This one, yes. I don't know. It doesn't. Huh. Okay. The whys and wherefores of Minecraft. There you go. Yeah, that looks much better from the ground. And up above, will be... The thing is, I'd really want the whole thing one half step in, but that's not the way Minecraft works. That's why I'm sort of fiddling and fussing with it. And I mean, even once I get that far, I may not be totally happy with it anyways. Yeah. I'm gonna bet that you're right, Creef, particularly on the order placed element. Um, but where I aim at is also pretty critical, as you said. Just see, that's the whole aim to this season, is to do something I've never done before and to try and get better at it than I have been before. Ow. That was not meant to be case in point. Right, stairs. The other thing is I'm doing a lot of this in plainstone, where I may come back and switch the whole thing to brick, which would make some of this less visible. But you can't do plain walls, like the wall brick or wall blocks. There you go. So yeah. Okay. Shall we try again? Probably also coming at it from a really, really awkward angle, which is half the trouble. That's going to work. Around the outside this way. Better be enough. Going to corner for me. Yes, you are. Perfect. Yeah, that top isn't going to be right because I need to make it wider. Oh no, I don't need to make that one wider. Okay, good. We're good. Far till fall off the edge. Yeah, I'm not going to make it around the edge. Nope, no support. Ah. Oh yeah, I have texture packs, but I'm trying to build in Minecraft default. The reason for default, there's nothing wrong with texture packs. I actually quite like them. It's nothing more complicated than the fact that I want to make sure people who have texture pack just get to see it better than it was originally done. Whereas I want to sort of be able to build at the lowest denominator. And then that means people who aren't using texture packs can sort of see it as it was originally meant, but as something not horribly janky, I guess. Okay, here we go again. This way. Oh, that's a wall. No wonder that's not working. Stairs, please. Hey, yeah, that's not going to work again. Because Dylan is forgetting which one first. This. Where you aim it. Says Creef. I believe him. I believe you, man. Sometimes it's just luck, because if you're Dylan, it doesn't always like you. That's okay. If I spend too much time fussing about that, it's going to drive me crazy. So let's go around the corner. All right. I'm actually not going to build the corner properly. I'm just going to build up some of the tower edges so that I know where my corner is. That's really all there is to it. And then we'll see what we can start doing about the next level. And I can operate this. Yep. Corner. Not stairs. No, 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 no. No apologies necessary whatsoever. Not at all. As I was saying to Brief earlier, is that I have no problems whatsoever with people making suggestions as long as they're okay with me declining said suggestion if it doesn't work for me. That's really all I ask. So, top one's going to be something isn't right. Okay, so the wall part itself, that's placed okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Because I didn't get the corner to wrap correctly at the top, then it's wrapping incorrectly for the next part. Got it. Okay, we're fine. So this I'm not happy with. I want it to be a more vertical arch, but I need to look into how to do that because it's not something I'm skilled with. So it may get taller. But in the meantime, let's try the next level up. See what I can come up with just for starter on that one. We are officially over time, but I was quite late to start, so I don't mind going a little bit longer, probably to the half-hour mark ish. But yeah, so if you're got things to do that you'd only plan to be here till the hour mark, then you're welcome to lurk or disappear or whatever needs to be done. But if you're able to stay, that's always welcome as well. We are level. The next level's only in by, say, a half. So my thought was, where edge of the stairs. So the thought was, because it's only in by half, I was thinking about coming up with the walls this time rather than the actual full blocks because it makes it just that smidge bit narrower. I know it runs me into trouble for the next row up still. Because we can't actually do a block centered. So that's going to be problematic. I haven't decided yet how I want to tackle that one. But we'll just go with it for now. I'll figure that out as we go. Because if I have to redo, I have to redo, right? The other funny part about doing it this way is that scaffolding wise, nothing fits, right? Because you can't put scaffold on stairs. So, oops. Normal brick out the back. Would only be one block away from 4. Probably run that all the way across. The other thing that you'll notice fairly quickly, I'm not a super speedy block placer. I know there are faster ways to do it. I just don't necessarily connect mentally with them. I go a whole lot faster, so apologies in advance on that one. I know there are also plenty of beacons and stuff for haste and stuff running from place to place. Once I figure out a bit more of the center of the portion of the build I'm working on, I will probably be putting out a haste beacon simply for the ability to run a little bit faster. I'm a little bit, I shouldn't say a little bit, I am Um, but I can't think of the word I'm looking for today. Not right. Some. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. I'm a little bit diamond starved, as diamonds are the currency on our server. And I mean, I have some, but what I'm thinking of is for the prices that I would say are appropriate for sneaky pants lately. Um, that's not something I have in plentiful supply to try and buy from someone else. So at the moment, you won't be getting me sneaking any faster, but that is an opportunity in the future should something like that um, become available in a reasonable price point. That will make the side pillars going up. And then this is, of course, narrower than what we started with. Hey, you. Probably. Yeah, actually, that makes great sense, Grief. The question is, do I want to drop it? Or do I want to raise up the other portion? Like, that's the question is that whole door looking too squat? Buddy, not, you're not welcome. Sorry. Not an architectural conference. This one, you could pose some problems, mister. Ooh, I didn't even expect to hit him. All right. So yeah, that's one of those things that, measure 67 times and build 68. Now that I see it, the stairs are okay, but they're a little bit too wide in an inverted edge. So I'm not sure what to do with that. Might actually just peel it off altogether at the bottom. Not worry about the downward side of the ridge and just keep going with the upward side of it. I don't know. I don't know. So, but you're right, Creep. It does need to be more elongated. So if I read you correctly, the bottom one here could stay if I was to go upwards instead of downwards. Bottom could stay, and then I'd have a block, and then I'd have another one. But that makes it 3 wide on that edge. Oh, I see. But to make the center one taller, that might work. Still have to make the whole thing up, but that's not the point. So for discussion's sake, I'm not really sure. Okay, so for discussion's sake, let's take a look at. And I can decide if I do one of each version, I'll know whether or not I want to go up or down or whatever. This way. That's what I'm hearing. Or more elongated arch. Not sure what I think of that. I think just Minecraft. It's starting to run into the situation where Minecraft is being Minecraft. It's not about the ground. I mean, I could dig it down or whatever. It's just arches suck. So I have to look up how people do them because obviously I'm missing some opportunities. I've also seen. I'm not doing it on this part, but I've also seen people who've used those forced corners as a way of recessing and curving things. But that's a little more janky than I want to start fighting with. Yeah, now that we see it, it looks a little weird. So I might just have to go with the squat and deal with it. Because I mean, it's not going to kill anybody. Because one of the things that I can always lean back if I really need to is it was the first attempt. I've never done this type of art before. So we'll just go with it. I mean, if you look at the one the next level up, I don't have to worry quite so much if the elongated. The curve gets lost, but I think it'll work just in the second level to go with this sort of same shape. And probably a half block in the center, half slab, and not come down the full block width that time. Just to round out the top edge of that part of the arch, the windowed one. And then the diamond will be a whole different kettle of fish because you can't really diamondize that too easily with an odd number. Okay, just purely for counting's sake, I'm going to throw in a hydrate. Not trying to show off anything, it counts it.
2, 4, 6, 8, everybody hydrate!
There we go. Fair dance. That's way behind for what I actually drank, but we'll go with it. So that's that arch to start with, and then yeah, arches are a real pain. So I'll go with this, and then I can always change it up. And I'm going to move to the second floor. Ooh, have fun. Do feel free to join in. Let's see who can be the champion of the hill. Or our hill champion just due to character restrictions. Take all the time you need. And this is wrong. Okay, that explains a lot. This is not great. I need to have a full square corner sticking out here, so I need one more row. Ow! Yeah, I can see that coming. I put the next row of the corner far out. This will be back there. Row. Invert. Corner. Figure that out later. That should have been an invert. Right in the corner to stick out this way. That could be a bank. Block that goes up. Yeah, that's better. Two, three. Okay. So as I said earlier, I'm winging it. We'll see what happens. Do I have a full corner there? I'm sure if that looks right. Yep. Okay, full corner on that side. Sure. All right. Congrats, Fantastic Sherlock Fox, for being the king of the hill. Just want to mention that we do have that king of the hill. We have Harry Potter trivia questions, and we have what's the word? Yep, we have that. We have Harry Potter trivia questions, and we have Hangman. So it's always a little bit of something different on the side if you're needing something else to do while watching. Somehow just mouse stuck on my keyboard or my mouse pad. Staying on a laser mouse, that's not normal. Not normal. 1, 2. Impressions of the side towers. Okay. I'm liking these because they're more narrow. I don't need as much of a gap, but I should probably check. The gap shortens up right above this next window, so I do need to know how many blocks from the lower level that went. Door, stairs, into bridge. 2.5-ish. Okay, that's good. Might even be too much, actually. I think I'll take off the top one. Right above the door. Problem with this whole thing is I haven't got a centerline marker, so I think what I'm going to do is just keep a tower going that I don't do anything with other than it's just really a centerline marker. Because I'm going to keep losing track of where the center is from the upper levels. Because when I've got ridges sticking out and so on, I don't know where my center line is. There we go. That should be good enough for now. Ow. Okay, fine. No, that's fine. I appreciate it. Enjoy your stream. Have a good time. And hopefully you'll be playing something that you enjoy. I mean, that's always the key, isn't it? And I don't know for sure if I'll drop by or not. I've got some stuff to do today, but thank you very, very much for coming in. Thank you very much for coming in, Lord Snarl. I appreciate it. Oops. Okay, fine. Figure that one out later. Up. Ease up, up, up. Up. I'm here. All right. I'm going to take out from the center line-ish. I'm going to take out the top row, and I think we're going 5 wide. 3. 5. And it is a smidge narrower than down below. I think. Shading's at 3 wide. Yeah, because it appears to be, I'm looking at this, my guesstimate is probably about the same width as the top floor, which would be 3 and then an edge on it. So I'm just going to go with walls on this one. Not recessed this time around, but I think that the recess of the wall will be enough itself. Let's give that a shot and see what it looks like. There's a lot of up and down if it's the see what it looks like part, but that's what works for me, so that's what you're going to get. Oops, I can't jump up a wall. Okay, news to me. So I'm also going to put in the beacon for the extra jump, just not worth doing on stream right this second. Out. 1, 2, 3, 10. 12 to the next. God. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 12. 12. That's what flying is for, isn't it? Ow. 6, 7. 9. Up. What? Ow. Oh. 4, 5. 12. Okay. Got 12 there. 12 there. Should go out the window. Across the center. I'm not doing the modern curtains because that's just silly. Pardon me. So 12. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 10. 3, 8. So 3 to 8 and 5. It sounds weird, but it makes sense. Stairs here. It's supposed to stick out, but I just don't really have that opportunity. 4, 5. That's going to look really weird if I don't have something sticking out. Fine, stairs it is. Just oh, not that way. Yeah, I think that'll work. All right, so let's do a quick jump down here. That's actually not horribly bad, actually, for a very first try. With the picture in the corner, yeah, I think I like that to start with. So, is that right or not? That's okay. And the other one, case. Oops. I have 2 different screen capping methods, one taking a print screen in-game, but sometimes they don't save all that well, so I'll just take one without all the stuff on it. Okay, so here we are. Just wanted to say thank you to everybody for dropping in and for putting up with me being a little bit late. As you can see, this is a project I'm going to be working on. Before the next stream, which will be on Tuesday, we will at least have the beacon up and hopefully a little bit more done to make it look recognizable, I guess. But yeah, I'm actually relatively pleased with how this is turning out to start with. So my plan is to work on the tower part first and then figure out the church from there. So the whole thing is probably about 430-ish square meters on the ground. I was able to find that out. But because there's no architectural drawings I've been able to lay my hands on, it's far more challenging to figure out from scratch than I had originally anticipated. But we'll just go with it. So thank you everybody for dropping by. I'm going to head to the end screen and then we'll find somebody to raid. Thank you, Creef, for coming in and for returning when you were finished with your errand. Or pardon me, not your errand, your quick call home. I really do appreciate that. So thank you also to Tis for Truth for showing up and for hosting, and for Lord Snarl for dropping in and sticking around for a while. I really do appreciate that. Oops. I do this right. There we go. So we had some great folks today. Thank you, as always, Fantastic Sherlock Fox. I appreciate everything you do that helps enable this channel to be what it is. Thank you very much to Dub Dynamite for dropping by. Always great to have another friendly face in the stream. And we shall be back on Tuesday. So if I don't see you guys around in someone else's stream this weekend, I wish you all the best, and I really do hope you have a great weekend. Raiders, so if you have access, okay, if you have access to the tools, we have a raid message, which is nothing super exciting because it doesn't always work. Oh, I don't think I enabled it. That would explain a lot. Okay, well, huh. Where did I put it? Raid message. Do I even have a raid message? I thought I had one. Oh, haha. I built the raid message and I built the action. I just didn't actually connect the two together. So yeah, dumb. But let's try this one more time. So nope, maybe not. We'll see. In any case, the point was supposed to be that if you have access to it, there is like just a generic, hey, it's a Dell raid with moats on either side of it. So go right ahead and use that if you've got it. If not, go ahead and use the public actions available. And yeah, so as far as people to raid today, let's see. I think. Ooh, give me one sec here. Just need to do a real quick check just to see if our fine friend. Okay, so I think we're actually going to raid into Groova, simply because, not Groova, sorry, Bruno for a little bit more high energy. So we're headed off to Bruno today. I was just about to raid into Lord Snarl, so if you guys are aware of that, you can decide if you want to go in there. My concern is of late he's marked his streams a lot as 18 plus, just to be on the safe side. Because we tend to be in a family-friendly slot where people have kids shoulder surfing, I don't yet know if that's a safe place to actually go yet. I enjoy his material for myself, but I haven't actually been watching him in a time slot where kids might be around. So I'm going to check on that one, and we'll see how it goes. But we are going to head off to Bruno today.
Mischief managed.
Transfer complete.